Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 30th of April, 2024, and we're going to play a rapid game. Yesterday was double wank. I played far too many chess games because I lost those two 15 plus 10s at the start. And then I thought, I'll claw some back. I'll play a few 10 minutes because I was feeling all right. And my opponent's aborted here because he's 200 points lower rated. And I won two in a row, and I thought, get in. Right, we're here now. I was like 15-70, very happy. And so I won two, and then I just kept playing and kept doing rubbish. So this is the calibrated counter gambit against the bishop's opening. I've had people stall for 30 seconds at this point going, I don't know what to do. So out of this whole family of Freddy Krueger, so if you're not familiar with my channel, you're not familiar with my idea of the Freddy Krueger repertoire, it's all about Freddy the F-pawn. So this is played as black, and in a similar style to the Vienna Gambit, which you play as white against the knight here, we're trying to persuade this pawn to move, but it's a very different proposition when there isn't a knight on F3, because if there's a knight on F3, the pawn moves, you advance with tempo. That can be very good. Very often followed up with this, and you get a big centre and a nice advantage. So normally, much more often we'll face knight f3, knight c6, and then it's the Italian, the Spanish, the three knights, the Ponziani, whatever, the Scotch even, and you can play f5. It's not always a good idea to play f5, but you can play f5 against all of those moves. Now here we're doing it against the bishop's opening, and there, white's just taken here. So nearly always in the Calabrese, you put your knight out here on move 3, no matter what they do. This move you play in most of these openings, and one of the main reasons is to prevent queen h5. Also prevents queen g4. Okay. So why you always have to play it on this, I'm not entirely sure. I should probably figure that out. But here we are threatening d5. d5 is nice because it also creates a discovered attack against the pawn on f5. And most players will just stick their bishop back here, but that doesn't work because you get to push e4. And then where does the bishop go? It goes here, then c6, and the bishop ends up on this square here, which ain't good. You could, even if you wanted to, try and trap it in further, but seriously, that's just, it's not the end of the world. You're just chasing the bishop all over the shop, really. So, opponent is Claudio. So, Claudio, I'm 1974, a youngster. Dude, you younger than me. He's played me 3 times and lost every time. Yes. Okay. But he's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's just lost to the incredible something. He's having a reasonable run. Anyway, he's having a good think now. Okay, we have d4. Now this does nothing to prevent d5. So I think d5 looks like an absolute no-brainer. And I'm just going to play it. If he comes here, he gets a c6 in his face. If he comes here, he gets an e4 in his face. Probably want to play e4 anyway. An option, of course, would be knight c6. Oh! Oh! I did not think about that. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Or should I? Let's think. So if I take the bishop, he can take here. But if I take the bishop, he can also take here. I take back, takes, ugly. That is ugly. If I take the pawn, you take my knight, I take your bishop. Maybe we trade queens. That ain't the end of the world. I take the pawn, you take my knight, I take your bishop, you take here, I take back. You see, played it without thinking. Didn't think, what is my opponent's next move? And this is always a thing. Now, if I move my knight anywhere, it means I've only got one defender of this pawn as well. Somebody's forgotten his theory. What if I block here? He can just take. Right, I best have the bishop. Okay, we trade queens. He takes here. I think I kind of have to take back with a pawn. I'm 2 pawns down. Technically 1 pawn down. So if I take here, then on the next turn I've maybe might have the option of this is not pretty for me at all. I don't. Right, I take, you take, I take, and I'm 1 pawn down, but I've got 2 active bishops. I think that's preferable. I think the activity is more important than the pawn. Slightly worried about this guy as well. So that's Romania, yes? Yes, Claudio. A lot of Romanian names end in "oo" in it. Well, that's taken the wind out of my sails. Huntstable, what are you doing? You notice this, I get all carried away trying to explain something that I know about an opening. Ooh, ooh, look. Looky, looky. Now, this makes it slightly less appealing for me to have my bishop on this square because I'm biting on a little bit of granite there. So I am slightly inclined now to take the pawn, equalise materially. Now, I have moved my king, but that ain't too bad. Now, the situation here is I have worse pawns. Okay, 2 problems. I've got 3 pawn islands because 2 isolated pawns, whereas my opponent has got a 3, and then his other 3 are all together in 1, right? Whereas, you know, I've got 3 here as well on the queen side, but my other 3 are all disjointed. On the plus side, I have 2 bishops, which is a minor advantage. I want to get my knight out. I want to start flying and buzzing around my opponent's head now, trying to cause problems. Okay, he's attacking this pawn. No, he's not. It's a fucking hell. Oh my god. Drink your tea and do it properly. Okay, I'm not worried about that move. Now, I want to get this rook into the game. I'm not thinking about really manually castling here. Because with only 1 bishop on the board, this knight's slightly hampered. This knight is probably going to come out here, but then can't go there or there. And that is slightly dubious, okay. So what I'm thinking now is I'll bring my king up. I could even try and mess up his pawns a wee bit by this. Maybe this move. He comes here, there, but then he can recapture with a bishop. So I'm thinking king up here. Maybe pin the bishop. Now he might castle, but with the queens off the board, having your king in the corner is less of a benefit. Okay, he's castled. Part of me wants to do that as well. I think there's no point pinning the bishop now. I think here. And I don't know. I might just leave my king here for safety reasons. Yeah, of course he can force off now. But he isn't up in material. Notice my knight is the defender of this. However, even if my knight were to recapture, he can't capture here because I have b6 trapping the bishop. If he'd played the move a4 first, might be fine. But no, I'm going to capture with the king anyway. He's got 2 bad squares for his knight. However, this one does attack this pawn. And I can't do that. Maybe if I got this in first, before he does this, that might be possible. But otherwise, how am I going to defend the pawn? I've got this. Because b5, he also attacks, you see, that's the problem. It's like I've been playing at one level of depth. Okay, this isn't too bad, because I can now defend with the pawn. Which I'm going to do. Yeah, I've been playing at one level of depth thinking I'm going to find one layer deep move slightly better than my opponent, rather than going, well, why don't I think 2 or 3 layers deep? That was my problem yesterday. Trying to play too quick. This pawn is still defended, but I'll probably try and move it onto a light square anyway, so the bishop can't see it ever again. It's actually a relatively balanced game. Okay. He's attacking my bishop and my knight. I could defend my knight with my bishop, but he's also attacking this pawn, so I think we're just going to have to wipe him out. Bishop takes, attacks and pins this pawn. My first instinct is actually to get the kingy over there. I could defend with my own bishop. Oh, cock. What else has happened? Arse. Being out-thunk by Claudio. There you go, that's your loose pawns, guys. Right, I'm going to have to let him take this one. Bugger it. No, top. Bugger it, sod it, and sack it off. Cock, wank, tits and bum. 90% accuracy. Actually, I was absolutely fine. I was fine here. Yeah, I defended the right. I walked into the classic bishop fork on rook and king. I was absolutely fine here. If he takes, yeah. He's saying develop. The bishop hit the knight. Yeah, I could have played on there. Well, apart from I blundered. But let's have a look at the opening. Okay, so this is dubious. All right, we know this. There, knight f6 is fine, and this just wasn't correct. And I played it without thinking. Gave away nearly a pawn. And that wasn't even the best move. Wow. So here, we should just take in the middle. Let the queen come out, yes? And then what? Oh, then d5. d5 or c5 or knight c6. They're all good moves. And we've actually equalised. Look, we've got 2 pieces out on the board and we've got a queen, of course. Didn't think about it. Right, let's try and do a bit better. (1587) Zuzou, China, from China. Okay, we've got another e5, e4, e5. Okay, wicked. Spanish. So this is the Janish or Yanish or Schliemann. (1512). Bugger me. Accepted. Okay, so what very often happens here is they think I'm going to take here, because then if he takes my knight back, I can recapture with the bishop, and I haven't messed up my stuff too much. But if... Oh! Hello. Right, is it d5 now? I can't attack the queen, because the knight just takes me, yeah? So I'm pretty sure it's that. It might have been queen e7 as well. No, it's not. Queen e7 when it's their pawn really attack. Well, no. No. So, what am I talking about? Not even awake. What time is it? It's 7:15 in the morning, for goodness sake. Okay, now I can't take here. So he's attacking it once, it's only defended once. He's attacking it twice. So I shall defend again. Takes, I'll probably take with the pawn and just leave my bishop looking at this. Again, have I messed up? Right out of the opening. Now this can be a liability, this pawn. Okay, now here. This and takes, and here, hitting the queen, but then they move forward, so I don't think I think it's this. I think I might have screwed this up royally once again. But knight f6 hitting the queen. Now in some of these lines, black is actually absolutely fine. And he's playing auto-magically here. But if takes, it hit the knight. And this, guys, is actually a reason to stick at a repertoire. Somebody said in a comment the other day, I take the knight, he's going to push. And hit my knight. Then I get this. Maybe this. He's plus 2 pawns. I do that. He goes here. I win a pawn back. He can just take with the bishop and win the bishop. I think I have to take there, don't I? He's playing very quick as well. I've not played him before. And he's lost 2 games in the last, like, 15. Huh. After a dip, but he is normally a 1700 player. Highest rating 1839. What? Okay, he's retreated his horse. This, he's got that, but then king takes and I defend. That looks pretty good to me. I don't like this pawn anyway. It's in my way. He's got knight takes on c5, but that's okay. I think this, because then I can win a tempo against the queen. There, I hit the queen. She can't go there, can't stay there. Possible? No. No. And no. I come here, queen goes there. That's a bit of a barrage. I move the king out of the way. He's attacking this. He's also attacking this. Material is now equal, actually. He shouldn't just snatch at this move, but looking at queen d6 just to defend the pawn. Well, more than defending the pawn, I don't really want any more minor pieces in my face. Rook here. Okay, let's get rid of the queen and then decide. Take, he's got queen here. Right? If I take bishop h4, skewers the king, king has to move. Oh, but then hang on. I take here, I move, we trade queens, I lose a pawn. I take with a pawn, he still has to move his queen. On the next move. These pawns could pair up. I've still got a weakness here. Oh, it's attacked twice. Ah, you bugger, you. Gosh. Getting taken to pieces. And this is why I shouldn't be playing with the big boys in the 1500s. If I'm going to play like this. Okay. Right, defended. Attack twice though. This is quite nice. It defends this pawn and prepares the rook. This does defend the pawn a second time. We are currently a pawn down, but I'm just liking this again. Terrible, terrible state of affairs. So back to this guy. Yeah, so it looks like his normal level is in the 17s. And he's just fallen off a cliff recently. Happens. But he's been playing for a couple of years. So he looks legit. He's only played over 1,200 rapid games. Okay, he's took here. Not too surprised. I'll try and get my queen here. Targets that and also checkmating square there. But I don't really want to lose my... and I haven't got an... You know, if I could put my queen there... No, but knight's still... Cock it. We are still only a pawn down, but I've now given up my bishop pair again. Okay, let's get on the open file. This rook's defended. This isn't bad. I get my rook on g8 now and I've castled my hand. It's a defended square. Okay. That comes in. I think I just have the. I think I just have Queen E7. Again, look at my pawns. Look at my pawns. Scattered, divided, leaderless. There is one who could unite them. He turned from that path long ago. Right, where does my queen want to be? 2 pawns down. Not a happy camper. Precious. My queen wants to land right there. So I'd like to get to that square if I can. But I don't know how I can. I'm going to sack it. I'm sorry guys, I just haven't got the stomach to play this bastard now. Just haven't. Sack it off, start another one. Right. 1571 now. Straight out the opening. But then, you know, to be honest, that guy was a 1700 player. Okay. Against this, I'm going into the Jabbar for London, innit? You know, just for giggles. Okay, d6. This is respectable. I think we just occupy the centre. Yago Dalvan 18. Right. Whatever. Okay, so the bishop's lined up. And what I tend to do in these kinds of situations is just throw Harry. Mad Harry, off you go. Maybe long castle. And we're just going for an attack. See, this right now is guarded twice. But I can put the bishop on here. See, what I'd like to do is shut it off and leave this pawn in the way of his own bishop. But it's a fork. So if I come back here, he could take. Then we've got a bishop face-off. That's not the end of the world, because quite often this bishop's job is to trade itself for that bishop anyway. Okay, I think that's the least worst option, actually. Because the other option here was take, but then the knight jumps into the centre. Then I suppose take. I could make him lose castling rights, that might have been better. But you know, the way I'm playing right now, children, it's not good. So, but you know, it's a game. Enjoy it. Queen d2. Oh. Okay, this is what we expected. Quite good bishops. And the prospect of a lovely pawn storm. We get connect 4 up here. This is defended very well. This is not defended but not attacked, so it's okay. What do we do? Just pull the trigger? I think we do. Knight, he comes in. Doesn't attack anything. These squares are all fine. Notice the bishop knight construction. This bishop covers all the knight's forward squares. So I'm very much inclined to do this. He might want to come in here. But then he gets kicked. Yeah, I think we just pressure on anyway. Comes in here, he gets his ass kicked. And he can't go there because bishop takes him. He can't go there because bishop takes him. So it's actually the exact same structure. Look at this. Just sideways on, which is rarer. What's the difference between cookies made with white sugar and cookies made with soft brown sugar flavoured with molasses? Well, cookies made with white sugar are quite common, but cookies made with brown sugar, them are rarer. There you go. Now this is very interesting. I mean, obviously, snatch. Obviously, come on. I mean, was he just out of... That was quite unnecessary, but... Damn. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. First thought is f4. Just keep the pressure on. Knight moves, I snatch off the bishop. Right, can the knight move with check? Yes, it can, technically. There he gets taken, and there he gets taken as well. The queen can't do nothing. I don't... Okay, this is your plan, is it? He wants to bring... But he can't bring his knight in there anyway, because I can snatch it off. Depends where my queen... If I put my queen there, she gets taken. That doesn't work. Go here. Got to be careful of a knight fork. Here the bishop comes in, I can't take. But here the bishop comes in, I just move the rook. Here bishop comes in, I just move the rook. Well, there's only two moves on there. or knight blocks. Knight blocks is a thought. In fact, this knight could also block. That is a thought. Knight blocks there. He can't come in, he gets took. Bishop there, move the rook. Comes in here, he gets took. Comes in here, he's just left the game. He is attacking this, but I can just move that rook. Or no, in fact, if the knight's moved, that's okay. Let's try this one. I think we're okay. See here, he's not attacking that because the bishop's now attacking it backwards. But in fact, he moves that knight anyway. I could even take out this bishop. Boom. Then the queen could come into the game with check. Whoa! Come on, let me have a win. Chess gods. Please. Let my dog running off then. Right, while he's thinking about it, I'm going to go shout at the dog. Get her back. 1 second. Right, what's he done? What's he done? He's done nothing. He's sitting there, he's going, what have I done? Well, we're all going that. Thank you for not running away too far. Okay. Come on, we want to do well here. Are we doing well is the question. Well, we just don't know. But the key thing is, he's allowed me to do this, right? He stuck his knight there. He's lost his g6 pawn. So king is overexposed, doubled and isolated. And he's in somewhat of a pickle-a-roo. If I was to push f5, this bishop literally has nowhere to go. Okay, Sasha away. Go. This is a check. So what I'm thinking is, what I think we said was that we've got this. This is well defended, so this is fine. I'm going to have to take, when he recaptures, I simply move the rook. Where do I want to move the rook? Do I want to attack the bishop itself? It can come back here. I can go there. Or if I just go here. This pawn is actually handling. But then I'm going to take here, takes, and then queen there, I think wins the bishop. So let's see if he walks into that, because I think that's a mistake. If he takes here, then I defend the pawn anyway. I'm attacking your rook. If you move the rook, this is a check. Now my king and queen will be in line, but fortunately the rook is there. You know, sorry, the knight. If that knight wasn't there, then this would be unpleasant. And then I just want a castle at the earliest opportunity. I think I've got time to do it though. There. Depends where the king goes. We could push the pawn. That doesn't bother me. Oh, pushing the pawn, I take with check and with the rook. Goodness me. Well, it's an option anyway. Yeah, so this Jabava London thing, you get in. This is what's nice about this repertoire at the minute. Okay. So let me just finish what I was saying. This is what I like about the repertoire is I'm getting a big variety of different games, which you do anyway, you know. Okay, so we take here. If he attacks me straight away, just come back. I don't see a big risk. I really don't. I think he's just lost the bishop outright. That's my only real concern, is he attacks immediately, but then I might just like come here, target this pawn. I can always defend that, and I can always do this. What can his queen do? Not a lot. Really not a lot. Queen can't come here. Yeah, queen comes here. I defend. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, what I really want to do, if I get to long castle now, I'm up a piece for a pawn, and his pawns are rotten. He's in the situation that I was in the previous 2 games. Right, you double up against my queen. I'm just going to reinforce the knight with the rook, and then I'm going to castle on the next turn, whatever happens, I think. If I'm allowed to castle next turn, I'm just castling. Ain't no question. Also, notice I'm attacking this. I could have actually took that pawn. But then this. Then your queen has to move. And then it's like, you know, sometimes it's better for your opponent to have pawns on the side where your king is castled. But I'm attacking this as well now. Dalvan, 18, is in somewhat of a sticky position. I do declare. Might even just, just push, okay. What did we say? We said we're going to castle. I can't see any reason to change that view. Here is also a possibility. Remember, I'm challenging this pawn. And what are you going to... Okay. Okay. Do I just stick the rook here? Knight here could come taking the pawn. Wherever the knight moves comes at tempo against the queen. The queen can't move to defend that pawn from where she is. It's all going horribly wrong. And when you realise it's all going horribly wrong, you know how you change your chess style of play? Not one jot. But of course what we all do is we go doing this inside, going, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, I'm going to win. Oh, let me see what my rating's going to go up to when I win. Nah, this is not the way we play. Right, now, here. Takes. He's won 2 rooks for a queen. It's not checkmate because I go there. If my king was on there, it'd be checkmate. Not nice. Not nice at all, my love. Now, could actually push this. That is quite tempting, actually. Then we go this, and everyone dies, and I come out of it a knight up. This attacks the queen. Do I just have this, though? You're not going to take the knight, are you? Do I just have this? I'm liking f5, though. Something about the look of f5. Curiously appealing. Then where's she going to go? Because she can't go anywhere here. Doing it. You have to dial up the bastard thing, right? One of my biggest problems in chess is getting myself into a wicked position and then just coming off the gas thinking I can coast all the way home from here. That one we missed. You bugger, you bastard, you. Right, I'm not worried about this because then I can move. You don't have to pre-escape. Got this. Hits the queen and creates rook tension. There. Queen goes here, I go here. I do not mind this. But I am now 2 pawns down for my extra knight, right? Now, let's do a pawn assessment, right? King side. Terrible pawns. Lovely pawns. Look how advanced they are. How advanced they are. Yes, that's correct English. Okay, I could here block with a knight, but I think this... that gives away the pawn. If you take my pawn, I take here. Oh, I don't know about that. Just blocking with a knight. Then I could shut the door and win the queen off. I think this is okay. And there's no checks or anything. So... Don't fuck this up, Benjamin. Fairly straightforward. Also have the possibility of f6 here, taking out the king's only Luft. Luft meaning German for air, I think, isn't it? It's space, breathing space. So the threat of that is literally the old classic puzzle rush. Okay. It attacks my rook. If I come here, it also attacks this pawn. Come here then. Threatening f6 and then bang, bang, a boomerang is checkmate. Now he's got h6. This is the other option, is just to try and take every... I mean, in that case he's dead. Surely he's dead meat there. But the problem here is I've now disabled my horse. But it's okay, if I can swap the queens off, then the horse comes back to life and starts to run around the field munching on pawns. This is not a problem. Here he's going to do this. Then that is winning. $15.71, that was my rating this time yesterday. Just thinking I could do videos where I play 15 plus 10 until I get a win, but that could go on for a long time. See, I just played a heap of 10 minutes yesterday. I mean a heap. I played 20 games and lost more than I won. There's a losing streak of about 6, you know, that all with just dumbass blunders. But he's fighting. He's having a good think, this fella. Yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. I mean, if this now, there, I can just push through. Whoa. Hey, the frog is not around. Time to lay down some serious sound. Now that's obscure. Anyone gets that, you get a gold star for the day for most obscurest quote. Okay, noticing that the queen is still looking at my rook. This is important. My first thought is to come in here with this. The queen is no longer looking at this pawn now, so I can just chill. I could come back here. I could go up there. Can't go there. Can't stay there. I think I should stay on the open file. And my kind of hunch is this, but it doesn't it really matters madly, you know. Here, if he pushes on again, I just push the pawn. So I think I'm just going to keep it tight, guys. This is still a checkmate threat. If he fails to respond. There we go. Okay. Now this is forced mate in 2. Because there's no legal move for the king. King can't go nowhere. The only legal move on the board is rook takes, then rook takes, and it's mate. End of the game. And that does nothing to change the situation. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Check. King can't move, rook must take. I'm not wrong. I think he just missed this. That I'd stuffed his luft. So the story of these 3 games is bad pawns, really. But that was a fun one. I think it's all over. Pre-move the recapture. There's only actually one legal move on the board, as far as I can tell. The king cannot move. The king is in check. Therefore, you have to capture the queen. Therefore, rook takes. Please hold. Well, you know, a win against a 1571 in rapid is not to be sniffed at. I will take that. You know, my last opponent from China, he was just too strong for me. Blew me off the board. And this happens. First game against, it was Romanian, wasn't he? Yes, okay, so resigns. There you go. Interesting. Interesting. First game, I should have just been more careful. But my opponent deserved it, you know, and I played 84 accuracy. There we go. 1 blunder. And I played 1850, which is, there you go. That is what I'm capable of. And Queen E8, check, is brilliant. Okay. What's my blunder? You allowed the opponent to eventually win a pawn. That's a split infinitive, but I'll let you off. Okay, so this is the pawn what hunged, isn't it? But that wasn't it. Because I saw that, yeah. That was really the turning point of the game. Because up to that point, as you can see, we were fairly equal. So what should he have done here, out of interest? Rook E8. Rook E8 here. And then what, trade off? Yeah. Or is it bishop f6? No. Bishop f6? You're joking. You take here, I take with discovered check. But it's all kind of much of a muchness. Black is slightly better here. I think takes is the logical one. And if king takes, then this is fine. Then I have king f2. Oof. I mean, possible. But yeah, then it's all evil. Evil? Even. But yeah. So, you know, he walked into a couple of things there. But that's what we do, you know. We're intermediate players. This is what you get. You know, wait long enough, there will be a blunder. And in this game, there was one each. He made one, I made one. No misses. He made 3 mistakes. That was the difference. But yes, enjoyable and happy to finish with at least a win on the score sheet. So, happy days. Okay, so tomorrow, I don't know if I'll get a video out for you guys, but then I'm away in the lakes for 5 days in the Lake District. So, I'll miss you. And yeah, anyway, that was a good game. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later.